Hello there. Today's topic is the project risk management. That is how we manage the risks in the projects. Well, first of all, we must know what a risk is. A risk is a uncertain uh, thing that can occur during the life cycle of a project. Now, how to manage these risks? It comes under the subject of the project risk management, and it starts with the planning process. Okay, so when we plan for a project, we know that there are certain things that may crop up, and things will crop up actually. And it's very important to know that whenever we start planning for a project, the first thing that comes to the mind is of a project manager is what can go wrong. And it does sound negative, but project managers know this type of thinking is very important. It is preventative. It prevents us from from committing mistakes, and these risks, these issues will inevitably come up, and we have to come with mitigation strategies. We have to come with methodologies and practices so that we can either uh, eliminate these risks, we can mitigate these risks, we can lessen their impact. So this all comes, it's a proactive thing. This project risk management is a proactive thing, and that's why it's very important, and it comes in the project planning phase itself. Now let's move on. Now, project risk management briefly consists of some steps, and one of the steps is identifying the risks. Now we have to identify risks that are related with a certain project. Then we have to analyze these, we have to categorize these, we have to respond with our actions so that the project remains on track and we meet our goals. And as I said, it's proactive. It is not on, it isn't reactive only, it is a proactive thing. And risk management, it should be a part of the planning process. If it is not, then the planning won't be complete, or planning won't be correct, because it helps us to figure out the various risks that are associated with the project. And these risks might happen in the project, these contingencies may arise. Now risk management, it, as I said, first of all it identifies, it helps us to analyze, and then it helps us to come up with the response so that we can uh, control the risks. Now moving on, simply put, risk management consists of the following steps. Now first of all, as I said, it is identifying the risks, and those risks which are connected with the project, which are uh, bound to happen during the life process of a project. Now we need to identify them. Yes, there may be cost overrun, there may be time overrun, and we know that these are risks, and these can hamper our project success. And after identifying, we need to analyze these risks. We need to analyze these risks to determine their impact and the probability of happening. Now, the analysis is very important because it helps us to categorize these risks according to their severity. We need to evaluate the risks according to their severity, and the most important risks are the most impactful risks, which have a probability of occurring more. We need to prioritize them. We need to have spatial attention. We need to pay spatial attention on those risks. Sorry for that. And then we come up with backup plans, we come up with methodologies, we come up with policies, strategies, so that these risks do not become issues and they do not hamper our uh, they do not hamper our projects in their life cycle, and thus they don't hamper the success of a project. So identifying risks, analyzing risks, categorizing risks, and you can say evaluating the risks according to their severity, prior prioritizing these risks, and then planning for the same. Actually, the planning phase is a prerequisite, is a productive thing, but during the course of the project, uh, we can any risk can crop up, and we have to be ready for them. These are contingent things, and some risks can be identified, some risks cannot be identified. We know that COVID-19, let's take an example of that. We are caught unaware. The whole corporate world, even we can say the whole world was caught unaware, and it impacted each and every aspect of the life, economy, and healthcare system. And it really did, it was a contingency, and it really did impact all. So if we are proactive, then we can mitigate the risks, and we need to plan for the contingencies. And then what is importance of risk management is very important, very important. The most important thing in the that leads to the success of any project is how the risk is managed. Now, how the risk is managed is very important, because we can either eliminate the whole risk. If that is not possible, we can mitigate the effect. We can mitigate how damaging a risk can be. When we plan for the risks, then we can certainly mitigate their effect, and it leads to project success, because when we eliminate the risks or we mitigate their effect, then project success is inevitable. So with that, I will wind up, and thank you for your patience.